Hello everyone, welcome back to my next video. So as I have discussed in my previous video that in the next video I would be discussing about this chapter on banking. So let me tell you what is this banking chapter all about. So this is the second chapter of ICSE class 10 and definitely you will get one question from this chapter. So this is very important for you all to understand. So it's better that we have a good understanding of this chapter and see what are the things that will be discussed in this chapter. So before understanding this word banking, we should understand what is this bank all about, isn't it? So you must have heard of this word bank definitely. So when this word is sounding, I mean when you see this word, so the first thing that must come to your mind that your parents have a bank account where they go and keep their money, and whenever they require money they take the money out from that, isn't it? So this is the picture that you are getting in your minds. But you know that bank do not do all the things for free. Yes, you must be knowing that your bank is a very good place. Okay, you are keeping your money safe over there. Yes, your money is safe. Bank is doing that work for you. But no one in this world is going to do free work for you. So let me tell you what is this banking system all about, or what is this institute bank do the things to keep your money safe and then give you back whenever you require. So what happens, you understand this thing in this way. Bank is a very good business center which takes money from you, and then he just distribute that money in different business organizations. And when he gets a profit from different business organizations, then what he does, the bank keep all the profit with him and then give you some extra amount plus what, plus the original money that you have deposited. So this is how the bank doing. Or okay, if the bank is not giving you an interest amount, I hope you understand this interest. Why interest? Because you are giving the money to the bank, so the bank has to return something to you as an interest, because you are trusting the bank. So bank is trying to allure you, trying to give you a sort of allure. They try to attract you that you give me your money and I will give you some more money as an interest. Understand how this bank do all its business. So what the bank do, it takes money from you and then it distribute the money in different organizations. Clear? And when it distribute the money, different organized business organizations, and when the profit is there, the bank collects all the profit from the organization. Like suppose that you invest or you give 1 lakh money to the bank. Clear? And then you say that after some time I will take this money back. So what the bank does, the bank is distributing that money in different business organizations from where he can earn profit from those organizations. So when you come back after some particular period of times, so at that time the bank has already collected, like suppose that the bank has collected 1,50,000 from all the business organization. So the bank says, okay, I will give, because you have given me 1 lakh, so what I will do, I will give you 1,10,000 back. For 10 minus 50 minus 10 is how much? 40,000. So bank is keeping 40,000 with itself, isn't it? So the bank is earning a lot of money. I hope you understand. So this is how the bank do its business. It takes the money and then it earns a lot of profit from different business organization. Why? Because bank has a lot of people, a good committee which know where to invest and how to get back a huge amount of profit, which we do not have. So that is why we find bank as a safer place to keep our money and then take some small interest. So we find it safe. But the bank has a better brain that it give the money that we deposit to him or it to different organizations and then gain the profit. It gains the profit and then gives the small interest to us, and we are also happy, okay, we are getting interest. So this is how the bank do its business. So let me just tell you what are the different accounts in banks. So there is a current account in banks. So there is one current account in bank and then there is one saving account in bank. Clear? So we will be concentrating upon saving account. So let us see what is the saving account. Let me write SH for you people. So saving account. Clear? So this is a saving account. Clear? So there are two types of deposits in the saving account. First is fixed deposit. First is fixed deposit. And the next is recurring deposit. Recurring deposit. So as far as this first type of fixed deposit is concerned, in this type of deposit we can submit or we can give a bank a huge amount of money, like suppose 5 lakh, 10 lakh, and tell the bank that okay, you keep the money for this much amount of period, for fixed amount of time, and then after that much particular time I will collect my money back. So bank says okay, because you are trusting me, you are giving me a money, I will give you some interest, but only after that particular period of time. So this is what we call fixed deposit. But then as far as this fixed deposit is concerned, it requires some like suppose a huge amount of money, only then we can get a profit, isn't it? But because suppose that like us, like me, we are middle class people, so what we do, we do not go to the fixed deposit account. Why? Because fixed deposit account requires some fixed period of time and require a good amount of money, and only after that we come back and then take our money. But if we have some problem or some issues at our home, then what we do, we can take it out. Bank does not keep our money. If the bank says okay, if you have given your money because it is your money, you, if you want, you can take it back, but you are taking the money after or before the fixed period of time, so I cannot give you the big interest on it that I have promised you. It is your money, you can take it back, but the bank says I will not give you the promised profit that I will give you. So if we have deposited our money for 5 years and we want it back in suppose that say 2 years, so the bank will say okay, it's your problem. Okay, so I will not give you the proper interest because that was the promise, or what, that was the condition between you and me. So I cannot go against that bond or against that condition. So okay, because it's your money, I can do some kind of leniency. I can give you some amount of, or some amount of interest back to you because you have given money. So this is how the bank does. Bank is also not ruining their terms between the customers, that is us. Now the next comes is the recurring deposit. So recurring deposit is for middle class people, like I've said, like people like us who are making these videos. So these kind of deposit is in the saving account and it is done for smaller amount of money. Clear? So this is the main type of deposit that we have to understand for ICSE class 10. So this is how the syllabus of or syllabus under banking is reduced in ICSE, and we only have to do the recurring deposit in ICSE. When we are investing some money, or when we are talking about some money, it is denoted as P, isn't it? So let P be some amount of money. Clear? Now let us see some amount of money. So now let us see what is happening in a recurring deposit account. That is a saving account. So let's see what is happening. Suppose that in the first month, say in the first month you are spending P amount of money. Clear? And in the second month you are again depositing the same amount of money. So the first month money plus the second month money, that is the same amount P, will give us 2P, yes or no? Isn't it? Earlier the bank had how much money in the first month given by us? It was P. and when we again give the same amount of money, so in the second month, how much amount of money the bank will have? The bank will have 2p, isn't it? Now in the second or in the third month, how much amount of money the bank will have? It will be p plus p in the second month and plus p in the third month. So ultimately the bank will have how much amount of money with him? It will be 3p and so on. So this is nth month. So this is nth month. Okay, so if we continue, then for nth month the bank will have how much amount of money? NP, isn't it? It is something like you are depositing the money to the bank, the same amount of money, the fixed amount of money, clear, P every month, and you give it for 10 months. So 10, what is N there? N is 10 over there. Clear? So now when we proceed further, we know that when we are depositing money, the bank is giving us an interest. This is how the bank do its business with us, isn't it? So you know one formula. I hope you remember this formula, the formula for simple interest, that is P into R into T upon 100. Clear? So now you know that in this formula that T was time in years. Yes or no? Time in years. So how do we convert this time in month? So if we divide this T by 12, it will be time in month. Yes or no? Time in month, isn't it? Why we are talking about the time in month? Because when we calculate the interest for the first month, or we calculate interest for the second month, third month and the nth month, we are talking about the months only. We are not talking about the year. So that is how, or that is why we will convert this time in terms of month. So that therefore the simple interest, the new formula for the simple interest in terms of month will be P into R upon 100 into 1 by 12, isn't it? I hope you all understand this thing. So this is the formula that you will get. Now let us calculate the interest for the first month. So the first month interest will be, let us say this is I1, clear? Let us say this is I2, this is I3 and so on. This will be IN. Okay, so all the simple interest or all the simple interest for each month will be calculated depending upon the formula for simple interest in terms of month, not years. Clear? We are talking about months, not years. So what will happen here? So let us find out I1. So I1 will come out to be, you know the formula, it will be P, amount same, remains same, P into R upon 100 into 12, isn't it? I hope this much is clear. Now let us talk about the interest for the second month, isn't it? Now what is happening in the second month? The bank is having 2p amount in the second month. Clear? Because you are not taking out the first amount from the bank, isn't it? You are letting the bank to keep it, and then plus you are adding another p to the bank. So in the second month the bank is having how much amount? The bank is having 2p, isn't it? So the interest in this case will be how much? 2p into R upon 100 into 12, isn't it? So similarly what you can do, you can find the interest for the third month. It is 3 into R upon 100 into 12 and so on. You will get how much? This is NP, yes or no? So the interest will be, you remember this formula, PRT upon 100, that means PR 1 upon 100 into 12. So you will get NP, isn't it? NP into R upon 100 into 12. So this is the amount you will get. Clear? Sorry, this is the simple interest you will get. So now we need to find how much total interest we are getting, because we are giving the money to the bank in each month. So we need to find how much total interest we will get. So let the total interest, let total interest be I, isn't it? Total interest be I. So when we find this value, so what do we get? We will get I1 plus I2 and so on plus In. Yes or no? This is the total interest. So when we plug in the value, when you put the value, what do we get? We get P into R upon 100 into 12, isn't it? For the second month, 2P into R upon 100 into 12 and so on for the last month or the nth month, P into R upon 100 into 12. We will get this, isn't it? So you know that something is common, you know it. So what is that thing common? So this is nothing but P into R upon 100 into 12. So this is common from the first case, so we will get 1. So in the second interest you will get 2 and so on. Ultimately you will get n in the last place, isn't it? You can see the calculations. So now what you observe here, you see some kind of addition of numbers. So this is called the arithmetic progression. You will study it in the future classes, but let me tell you the required form or the formula that comes out for this, it is nothing but your I comes out to be P into R upon 100 into 12, and this thing is written as n into n plus 1 by 2. Clear? So this thing is written as n into n plus 1 by 2. So this thing is the total interest that we will get if we calculate the interest for each month. Clear? Now the bank says this is the interest, but you have given your money also to the bank. So what the bank says, you will not get only this interest, plus you will get what? You will get the amount back also that you have submitted to us. That means now we are talking about the maturity value or the mature value. So maturity value is nothing but your deposit. Why this much? Because for every month you are depositing this, isn't it? For next month you are depositing again P, for again next month you are depositing again P. So how many times you are depositing the money? You are depositing the total amount of money as n into P, yes or no, plus the total interest. I hope you understand this much. Why this is called maturity value? This is called the maturity value because you are getting your amount back, the number of or the total amount that you have paid to the bank in each month, plus the interest calculated in the each month. So ultimately you only have to remember two formulas. This is one formula, that is maturity value is equal to n into P plus I. Clear? And the other formula is I total interest is equal to PR upon 100 into 12 in brackets n into n plus 1 by 2. Clear? So only these two formulas, this is your first formula and this is the second formula that you have to remember, and that is how you will solve all the questions in this chapter. So let us discuss what are the type of things. So what are they? Type 1 says, this is type 1. They will ask you to find the monthly installment. Monthly, you know it, this is nothing but your P, isn't it? Next, this is type 1. So next comes your interest. So interest. So what is this interest? This is your total interest, isn't it? Or some have only two formulas. This is first formula and the next formula for the interest is P into R upon 100 into 12 into n plus 1 by 2. Clear? So these are the two formulas. So you only have to calculate this. Now just see type 3. From these two formulas only we will decide what are the types. So type 3 is nothing but your number of months. number of months. So what is number of months here? N. You can see n here, n is here, n is here. Clear? And the type 4, and the type 4 is nothing but what is remaining? The rate. The rate of interest. Isn't it? That is your R. So these are the 4 types or the 4 things that will be asked from you people by the examiner, and using these 2 formula you can easily solve. Clear? So this was a video, an introduction, or I should say an introductory video on banking, and in the next video we'll be discussing some more questions. Okay.